Raise my rates? But Fiona, we're in the middle of a pandemic. People have lost their jobs. How can I possibly raise my rates right now? I mean, come on, isn't that super insensitive? I don't know, is it? The truth is, plenty of companies and business owners are making plenty of money. Just think about Jeff Bezos and Amazon.com. In fact, the businesses that are doing the best right now are the ones that are either naturally primed to take advantage of stay-at-home orders like Amazon, or those who are pivoting quickly to our new reality, like in-person music teachers shifting lessons online. Make sense? So you've already pivoted and you're teaching online, but you're still worried about raising your rates. You're even anxious about charging your normal in-person lesson rate. Well, my friend, if you want to run a profitable music studio, it's probably past time to raise your rates. And that's exactly what we'll be covering in this video, how to compassionately raise your rates. Hi, I'm Fiona, a business coach for artists covering mindset, marketing, and monetization. Are you a singer, musician, or performing artist interested in a profitable, consistent, sustainable career? Then take a moment to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. New videos frequently on Wednesday. And to support you even further, I'm excited to let you know that applications are currently available for my group coaching program, The Profitable Performer. Grow your impact, influence, and income online. This is the last enrollment period for 2020. Want more details? Link in the description below. So let's dive right into tip number 1 so you can start earning what you actually deserve. Sound good? The first tip is to deal with your limiting beliefs. So often, success or failure in business depends on your mindset. If you have limiting beliefs, and most of us do, getting in the way of you raising your rates, it's no surprise you haven't raised them yet. Do you believe people can't afford lessons? Can't afford lessons right now because of the pandemic? Have other things to pay for that matter more than lessons, or simply don't value lessons enough to pay what your time is worth? If you answered yes to any of those thoughts, then you, my friend, are living with a limiting belief. But Fiona, it's not a belief, it's a fact, it's true. Do you absolutely know for sure it's true that people can't afford lessons? Really? All people? Listen, here's the thing. A belief is simply a thought you keep thinking. And in order to run a profitable music studio, you've got to let go of thoughts that don't serve what you want to accomplish. Make sense? So let's turn these thoughts around, what I call flipping the script, and come up with new thoughts that, if you intentionally keep thinking, will become your new beliefs. Not everyone is struggling. Let's say that again. Not everyone is struggling. Many people were already working remotely. Not everyone is out of work. Plenty of companies, businesses, and individuals are doing just fine. You have value. Music has value. Music lessons have value. In fact, music changes lives and has been a positive healing force for many during this time and always. Just stop for a moment to appreciate everything music has done for you personally. How has it transformed your life? I hope you're with me now in acknowledging that not everyone is struggling and music does have tremendous value. So where does that leave us in terms of raising our rates? First of all, start with new students. New students don't know your old rate. They're a great place to start because you're the only one who will know that you're actually raising your rates. All you have to do is line up within yourself around the new rate and then let new students know. Make sense? Now, if you're someone who hasn't raised your rates in a long time, then you probably have students paying you for below market value. But Fiona, I have relationships with these students. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I want them to understand how much I appreciate them. Well, that's great. But are you feeling at all resentful because inflation means that the $40 you were charging in 2011 simply won't buy today what it did then? So here's what I recommend. Raise your old students just a small amount at a time. Start with $5, for example. Definitely let them know your current rate while reassuring them that this isn't what you'll charge them. This will ease the sting and underscore for them that you do value the relationship and history. But keep this story in mind. Once upon a time, I lived in a cute urban farmhouse in an area of Oakland, California called Rockridge. This house had been converted into 4 units, and I lived in an attached 2-room studio. I loved my home. It was the first place I'd lived entirely alone with no family or roommates. I lived there for several years, paying $500 a month. Clearly, this was a while ago. And then, out of the blue, the owner raised the rate $50. That 10% increase coming all at once after years of no increase felt huge to me. I felt angry and betrayed, so I moved out. In fact, I found a new place so fast that when the owner offered me a reduced increase, it was too late. I'd already made a deposit on a new apartment. But here's where it gets interesting. The new apartment was far less cute and run by a management company. Their policy was to increase the rent every year exactly the amount allowed by law. Because this was the policy explained from day one, I just accepted it. My point here is that from now on, plan to build into your contract an annual or every 6-month small increase. This is so much more palatable than a larger increase that feels to the students like it came out of the blue. So, to recap, increase your rates now on your new students and let these new students know that your rate increases every 6 months by whatever percentage you decide. Then, stick to that plan. In fact, mark your calendar so you don't miss it. Take a different strategy with your long-term students. First, let them know about your new rates. Reassure them that you're not raising their rates to the new level. Thank them for being such wonderful students and let them know that their rate will only increase by whatever small amount you feel comfortable with. Remember, this can be a different amount based on each individual student. Make sense? Bottom line, you do have great value and your students are lucky to work with you. You deserve to be well compensated for your time, and ultimately, it's entirely up to you what you charge. Did you find this video useful? If so, follow me on Instagram where you'll find daily trainings and inspiration on my IG stories. And don't forget about applying to the Profitable Performer. If you're serious about building a sustainable business without burnout, even during a pandemic, you may be a fit for this very small, special group program. Are you ready to take the action necessary to build a real business? Link in the description below. I hope you're starting to see how easy it can be to compassionately raise your rates. You do have value. Music has value. Are you with me? Now help me to reach more artists by liking and sharing this video. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and definitely let me know in the comments below what other topics you'd like me to cover to help you scale your business. Want to learn more about mindset, marketing, and monetization? Then watch these videos next. And as always, go out into the world and let your light shine. You deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.